Hello again, and welcome to episode 5 of Air Rifle Hunting with Terry and Dave. Now, if you watched episode 3, you will recognise these two very handsome gentlemen that we've got with us tonight, Jim and Jeff, who very kindly were our spotters last time. They basically guided us around the perm. Yes, we're back at Ratmageddon, but we're not here to shoot the rats, although
you might not be.
Something tells me there's going to be a few get knocked over tonight. You've got to, haven't you? I mean, there's millions of them here. But we're here tonight to try and control the feral pigeon population, because they're absolutely, well, they're making a mess, and basically they're all inside the cow sheds. So yeah, a little bit of mix and match tonight, but we're here primarily for the ferals. And Terry will explain exactly what we're going to be doing.
Right, things are a little bit different. I'll be using the Digex C50 night day scope. Now this is not a thermal. We've been raving mad about the thermals for the last few episodes, and this is a different animal entirely. I've just shown it to Jim and Jeff, and they are already knocked out by it. The clarity is incredible, and where this really counts in a place like this is I can scope out these ferals and make sure that there's none of them sitting next to like junction boxes or electrical cables, and that the shots are absolutely on. This guy who owns all this is very fussy. He's very, he's really nuts about hygiene and everything, and he wants these ferals out of here. But what he doesn't want is holes in his roof or his electrical system shot to pieces. So the clarity that these provide will absolutely allow me to authorise virtually every shot there is.
Yeah, because I'm still on the thermal scope, so
we've learned a lot, and there is nothing as far as spotting potential targets. Nothing will touch a thermal. That I can make that statement now. I'm still fairly new to the thermal game, but for spotting, daylight or dark, nothing will touch. But there's a difference between spotting a rabbit or a rat or a pigeon or whatever you're shooting, and the shot being on. The fact that it's there doesn't necessarily mean the shot's on. And when everything's clear, like it is around here, shooting the rats, if you see one, the shot's virtually on. But with ferals perching in property like that, then it might not be. So this is sort of fine tuning, and this is just another string to the high-tech hunting bow, and really I can't wait to get stuck into it.
No, that's enough of that, let's go. Well, as usual, I'm taking my Norma Golden Trophy FT Heavies to do the job tonight, which I've been using all the way through this series. The Air Arms S510R absolutely loves them, but rather than taking the 10, I've got about 30 or so pellets in a plastic bag, so I don't rattle about. I've got 2 loaded mags in my breast pocket. They're going in there. That's probably all I need for the night.
Okay, this is the perfect example. There he sits, big old bright eye. Wind's buffeting me, but no excuses. And that's about as clean as it gets. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. It's just perfect. Shot, switch off, move on. Dave, I'm going to start taking a few of these. Okay, right. This one here is a perfect case in point. I'll wang him up a bit. You see, he's got a nice big beam behind him. So that's a safe shot. When their backs are to you as well, I've always found that's one of the most certain shots of all. Right, ready to go. Just a final check. No, we're okay. Dead on the perch, didn't twitch, did not twitch. Yeah, you see now, this is what I'm talking about. These need to be body shot. Oh, he's facing the back away from me, so that's good. Clean as you like. There's one there. Dead on the perch. Now that's a tricky headshot. I'm not happy with that because there's a roof directly behind him, and that's going to go smashing into that roof. As I reload, the shots are going off around me. I can hear them hitting home. As what's happening here is Jeff's poaching his own ferals. He's a hunter through and through, and he can't resist it. Because I'm out of action for a couple of seconds while I reload. Jeff's in. Well, I'm back, Jeff. Now I've got to relocate. Nope, I can't see him, can't see him, can't see any of them. There he is. There's my next victim. That's that one. There's one there for me. Track it just in front of the shoulder blade where I reckon the heart is. There. He's down. Got a cow nibbling my fleece. Go away, Gertrude. I'm going to do a reload and stretch out a bit, and Ollie the cameraman is going to go around and see how Dave's been getting on. From the sounds I was hearing, I think Dave's done a few.
Yes, Terry, I have hit a few actually. I don't know, what, 12, something like that. Yeah, it's been they've been dropping like flies. Excellent fun. There's a lot in here, isn't there? Yeah, a lot of ferals, but
be careful with the beams.
Yeah, we've got to pick every single shot to make sure there's a metal beam, or even the wooden slats we're allowed to shoot through. Not that we want to, but we just got to be careful that we don't go through the roof, because that's an expensive job to replace, and the last thing you want is these lovely cows getting rained on. There's another one just flying in there now. I'm going to have a go and see if I can hit that one.
Right there.
Yeah, he's just flying in, isn't he? Where is he? Oh yeah, I got him. Right, stick it on record. Get myself into position. This is not the easiest thing to do when you're 6'5" and a bit, shooting off of sticks. There he is. Perfect. Donk. Excellent. Safety on. It's really quite important when you're doing a clear up job like this, because there's a lot of feral pigeons in these sheds. To have someone with you, buddy up, someone spotting, making sure you've got a clear shot. I mean, if you both decide it's a clean shot, you take it. if there's any ifs or buts of a couple of times tonight, you've gone, I can see it, clear shot, there's a beam, I'm looking through this saying, no, I've got roof. So you're always going to get that, but you're better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, take it in turns, pass the rifle around, you know, take it in turns. One you spot, one of you shoot, swap it around, one of you shoot, one of you spot. Get the job done double quick time that way, rather than trying to scope it all out yourself and take all the shots yourself. Headshot. Got a cow biting me arse. Well, I think we've knocked, between us, we must have done 40 already. Just the odd one or two flitting about now. We're just clearing up what else we can find. I think we've done quite most of them, to be fair. Still the odd one or two flying around.
Now, one of the many difficulties of this is when you wear spectacles, and I've got a cow wrapping its tongue around places that no cow. Go away, you dopey! Yes.
That's that one down. There's one up there. Dead in the nest, that one. Whew, I tell you what, I'm sweating. It's about 11 or 12 degrees. You don't expect that middle of February, do you? I wish I'd never put my thermal top on. Let's go and see what Terry's up to.
Right, here's a little thing I do. If I want to move the pigeons from an unsafe area to a safe one, see in my camera, I can pick that up. What those are, they're little 10mm balls of super compressed mud. You get them for houseplant pots and things like that, but they are just mud, entirely biodegradable. So what I do is, I'll put them in the pouch of my catapult, and if there's a pigeon somewhere where I don't want to shoot it, and I want to disturb it ever so slightly and get it to move on, then I will go like that. Maybe sometimes put two at once in, and they'll very often shift, have a little fly around and come down, and I can reassess whether they're safe to shoot. Works a treat. I mean, that's a fair old crack, but right, we're back at the car. We're going to stow the rifles, lock it all up, and be good guests and go and help our hosts wade through various deposits and pick up the birds we shot.
We must have done 50 between us again.
Easily 50 plus. I think I've done 4 or 5 rats,
Yeah,
and
I've
you've done a
couple. Yeah.
and that was fairly frenetic for, what was that, an
Hour and a bit.
hour and a bit, yeah, just over an hour I think. And it's not even cold, so the action was hot, and so are we. But,
right, let's go and help them boys pick up.
Packed up, and we're going to go and do some picking up. Okay, Dave, and your best fisherman, heft that bucket, and I'm reckoning close on £30.
Both in close to the bucket. Oh, you've got your headlights shining right.
Oh, sorry, that's Terry. Oh, thank you. Heft that, that's between 25 and £30. Have a lift, I reckon. That's just one bucket. Jeff's picking up.
Yeah, that's easy £30, isn't
I
it?
reckon it's a £30 of himself. So it's a huge thing, I really. No, you're not involved at all for me. Right, well, that's the end of that night, or less than 2 hours, and we've had a great night. We got over 50 ferals, we picked 3 rats, probably shot 3 or 4 more. Thanks totally to Jim and Jeff.
Yeah. Thanks guys again.
Proper guides and gillies and retrievers. I didn't think we'd have a bad night. I knew we'd have a good night. I didn't think I'd be absolutely covered in cow slobber. I've got to say, I am soaked up the back in places where I really shouldn't be soaked by cow slobber. So that's a new one for me. But what a great night. What an absolutely great night.
Challenging.
It was. Yeah. There were some awkward positional shots.
Yeah,
but,
my back feels it, I know that
yeah,
much.
Yeah, we're too tall for this game.
Yeah.
This is designed for Jeff, you see. This,
I actually had to take a few kneeling.
This is, no I didn't, I just crouched a lot and avoided the cows. Absolutely brilliant night. The equipment worked superbly. Everything did exactly what it's supposed to do.
All came together.
It really did. Combination of thermal, night vision, accurate rifles. It's brilliant. The whole thing was brilliant. Really happy. I suspect we'll be a bit achy in the morning.
Yeah.
But
well worth it though.
If ever we get the chance to come back, we'll be back.
We will
I
be.
promise you. Thanks again, guys.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
And we'll see you guys in episode 6.
Don't forget to do the subscribe thing.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Really get get behind the channel, and we'll keep making the footage for you. Cheers. Bye bye.
I suppose I should like and subscribe as well, shouldn't
You should do, yeah.